Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
So I have started the session. Okay, so first of all, I would like to give some inputs in why is monitoring required. So as you are also aware that how uh, we monitor the entire infrastructure of an organization,
Mm-hmm.
and whenever the particular application is down or any service is down, which is critical to the organization, uh, the downtime is there and it is a business loss to the organization.
Mm-hmm.
So monitoring is very much required nowadays, and people are investing so much money in monitoring tools because they don't want any downtime for their entire infra which is there.
Mm-hmm.
So through Zabbix, you will be able to monitor multiple devices. You can monitor the heterogeneous environment. So whether it is related to your network, whether it is related to the Windows servers, Linux servers, or your VMware. Also, if you have any other devices as well, for example, you have IP cameras, you have uh, printers, a UPS, you know, and other devices which are there. So you will be able to monitor those as well. So you are asking for like Apache web server or IIS?
Apache IIS or sometimes like HTTPS, like HTTPS, or what it's called, like the certificate. Like if any server doesn't have certificate, then it will says like certificate is expired or something.
Okay, okay. A Windows license also it can monitor as well as the SSL certificates also.
SSL certificate. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So through Zabbix it will be possible.
Okay.
So here I have attached a sample dashboard in which you can see there are two devices and two alerts have been generated on this particular tool. Okay. So
Hmm.
here if you see it is telling me that free disk space is less than 10%. So whether I am installing an agent onto that server or I'm monitoring it agentless, it will be able to capture the basic details first. For example, your CPU, your disk, your memory, and
Hmm.
the network. Also, the uptime and the ICMP ping.
So uptime, downtime, reset. Like if
Yeah,
any server reboot, then it will.
yeah, yeah, it will give an alert on reboot as well.
Okay.
So these are the five things which come as a basic whenever I'm adding a new device under monitoring tool. Okay, and in Zabbix you can customize the entire tool according to your requirements. So if
Okay.
you want to customize the dashboards, create a you know map and all, that you can do.
Yeah. So through the map, I did a little bit on my lab before. Like I can show the server image with the server image, and it will have like nice graphical. presentation.
Okay, okay. Then coming on to the next slide, here we are showcasing different types of modules which are there. Okay, so
Mhm.
first one is network monitoring. So we can add all the network infra, whether it is a switch, whether it is a router, whether it is an access point or your firewall. So all these devices can be added under monitoring. So this will be done through SNMP only. So you need to enable SNMP on those particular devices, and then
Mhm.
through SNMP community, we'll be capturing the data. Okay, so Zabbix supports V1, V2, and V3, both, all three of them.
Mhm.
SNMP version V1, V2, and V3. So it will be, capturing the general information. It will be capturing the all the ports which are there. So it will do a discovery of all the interfaces, and on basis of that, it will give you the incoming and outgoing traffic, the speed, as well as other parameters which are there.
Okay.
Okay, so this was related to network monitoring. Then we have server monitoring. So in server monitoring, uh, basically there are agents which are there which needs to be installed on that particular OS. So whether it is Windows, Linux, Ubuntu, or any other flavor of OS which is there. So an agent can be installed and the direct communication can be done to the monitoring tool. Another
So
way is,
without agent, it's not possible to monitor server.
yeah, it is possible. So for server monitoring, we can enable SNMP as well. Like we do it for network devices, we will do it for Windows and Linux devices as well.
Okay.
So we will configure SNMP. The same community will be there, and the same community will be added to the monitoring tool. And through SNMP also, we can do a direct communication.
Okay.
So then we have cloud monitoring. So for cloud monitoring as well, there are particular, integrations with the tool in which we can integrate it with the AWS environment and capture the services which are there on AWS.
Okay.
So that integration is also there. Then we have application monitoring.
Mhm.
So in application monitoring, there is a particular limitation with this particular tool for very basic application. It will be capturing the data, as Zabbix is not entirely an APM. Okay,
Mhm.
but for few of the applications, it will be capturing the entire information. For example, if you have Apache or IIS, it will be able to capture those information. Then if you have a database in the backend, and
Do you know what is the MIB?
yes,
So Javax is capable.
yeah, Zabbix through the SNMP monitoring which is done now, it is done through MIBs only, MIBs only.
Okay, because we have some video server like video encoder, um, video transcoder, streaming server. So we need to
Okay,
monitor those server too. So from our video team, they said they need MAB enable or something. I don't have any idea, but I'm just asking.
Yeah, the MIBs which are there, whenever we'll be installing this particular Zabbix tool, by default, you know, the MIBs will be downloaded in the Zabbix server only, so it's not an issue because the MIBs which are provided by Zabbix will support all the devices which are there. So
Okay.
Zabbix only provides the MIBs which are there.
Okay. So
Sorry?
MIB is included like as a SNMP, right?
Yeah, by default only when we'll be installing it, the MIBs will be there.
Okay.
Yes, so I was telling you about the application monitoring. So applications, for example, it will be able to capture the Exchange server, it will be able to capture the database information. It will be able, to capture Active Directory and DHCP information. Those information it will be able to capture. But there is some limitation in application monitoring. Then we have services monitoring. In services, uh, for any Windows machine or Linux machine, it will be able to capture all the services which are running in the backend. So
Okay.
it will
Yes.
do a discovery in which it will capture the uh, all the services, and it will tell you the status of that service, whether it is running or stopped. Okay, then we have the web monitoring. So we can add the websites as well under monitoring, and an alert will also be generated whenever that particular website is not working or there is some issue with the website.
Okay.
Then we have the storage devices. So Zabbix can monitor storage as well. So whether you have HP storage, NetApp storage, IBM storage, or any other vendor which is there. So there are multiple integrations with those devices, and those can be added under monitoring. But monitoring a specific storage, it is not possible to monitor every storage through SNMP. So for storage, there are few solutions in which we need to install agent on the management server for storage.
Management server for storage means, because in our environment we have BNX, we have Unity, we have Isilon. So how are we going to install Azure on there?
Okay. So you were saying you have uh, Unity, you have VNX, and
Isilon.
thirdly, okay. Yeah, so Unity, it will be done through
Hmm.
API, and for Epsilon also it will be done through API or SNMP. So I mean to say that for different storages, there are different solutions for monitoring and all. A few support SNMP, few support API calls, and few we need to install an agent for communication. So you must have installed any management application of that particular storage on a Windows machine.
So like it's a separate application on a Windows machine.
uh, for example, let me explain it to you. Storage, if I'm not directly accessing it through the web, okay, there is
Mhm.
one management application for that storage only, that is provided by the vendor, which is installed on a particular Windows machine. Okay, so there is a management console for it instead of a web page. So on that particular server, we'll be installing an agent, but let me check first that you have mentioned three storages, how the
Yeah,
integration will
basically,
be done.
we are like actually we are using right now BNX but and Unity. So BNX will we are going to decommission very soon. So will we use Unity and Isilon?
Okay, okay. So the Unity can be added under through APIs as well. So you need to create a read-only user on Unity so that we'll be doing the API calls and then all the storage volumes information will be capturing. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have virtual machines.
Mhm.
So in virtual machines, we will be doing the entire, VMware monitoring. So VMware monitoring is also completely agentless. So what we need to do is we need to create a particular, user on vCenter
Okay.
for monitoring, and through API calls only, it will be capturing the ESX host as well as the VMs which are there.
So we have to create a admin like local admin type user.
Yes, yes, you need to create a admin user on vCenter.
Okay.
So it will discover the ESX host as well and the VMs as well.
Okay.
Then we have the Java applications which are there.
Mhm.
So in Java applications, it will be, through JMX protocol, it will be capturing the data. So if you have a Tomcat server or any Java application, we can do those integrations and it will be capturing the classes and other details of it. Okay.
Mhm.
Then we have databases. So databases can also be monitored in this particular tool. So if you have MySQL, MS SQL, or any other database which is there, it can be integrated and can be monitored through the tool.
Okay.
Then we have KPI SLA. So here it actually means the availability of that particular device, and Zabbix captures the availability on basis of percentage. So if your device is down for a particular time, for example, in a week, uh, in 7 days, one for a day, that particular device was down. So accordingly, it will calculate the uptime percentage of it.
Okay.
So it will be you'll be able to see the availability on percentage basis. Then we have telephony. So telephony actually means ki you'll be able to monitor the any other IP devices or telephones or any other device which has an IP.
Mhm.
So for example, VoIP machines which are there, it can be monitored whether they are working or not. The cameras can be monitored, the biometric devices can be monitored, and other things.
Yeah, because in our environment we have a web server.
Okay, okay. Then we have security. So in security, it is related to the firewall monitoring.
Mhm.
So a firewall can also be monitored under SNMP protocol. So may I know which firewall you are using?
We are using McAfee.
McAfee firewall.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. So for that as well, it can be monitored through SNMP.
and also yeah, Javax is capable for monitoring any agent installed on a VM or any server. Like we have a lot of security tools is installed. So if any security tools is like out of date or something like.
Actually, it will not, we need to check that first because by default, if you can create those integration scripts which are there,
Okay.
okay, so that is also possible. So if you can, develop a particular script for integration and then show the data on the Zabbix, that is possible. Okay. So here you can see we can collect matrices of any devices which are there. So it is a multi-platform agent which is there, as I told you, that on agents can be installed on multiple OS. Then it supports SNMP and IPMI agents. So SNMP, you are aware of it. IPMI is used for monitoring the hardware of that particular server.
Mhm.
So if
Which
you
is like
have,
which is like a ILO, iDRAC like this, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So on physical servers, you can, enable IPMI and it will be capturing the, temperature status, the power supply and other details, fan status, which are not part of the OS monitoring, but through IPMI, it is doable. Then we have agentless monitoring that I told you. Then we have custom methods to monitor it. So custom method is you are developing a script and showing the data on the tool. Okay, so if you have a development team with you and they are running a particular script on a particular server and it shows some output, okay,
Mhm.
so same output can be showcased on the tool itself uh, by doing the integration and all. Then we have calculations and aggregation. So whenever we are capturing a value, we can calculate it into the aggregations and all for it. Then we have end user web monitoring, so that I have informed you. So then we have problem detection. So it will be able to capture and give you alerts whenever an issue has occurred, and it will give you an alert when a problem has happened, and it will also give you an alert when it is resolved. Okay. So if you want the alerts on your mail as well, you will get a recovery mail as well as a problem mail as well.
So for mailing system, is there any template?
For mailing, you need to uh, enter the details of your SMTP server. Okay.
Yeah, that I understand. But for the mailing, like for example, like I want if the data store consumption is 80%, then alert me as warning, and if it is 90%, alert me as critical. So
Yeah, yeah. So there
so
are,
template is there, right? I just need to configure. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. So I'm saying like the template is there. I just need to configure.
Yes. By default, there are 6 severities in this particular tool. So accordingly, we can change it.
Okay.
Then we have a problem as well as resolution. We have multiple severity levels. Also, we can check the trends by seeing the dashboards and graphs.
Mm-hmm.
Then visualization. So here you have multiple widgets for dashboards which can be added. Multiple graphs are there. Network maps are also there. Even slideshows are also there. Okay.
Yeah, a long time ago in 2016, that time I worked in another company and they had a JABX, but I didn't
Okay.
configure, I didn't install or configure. I just uh, that time I was just a user. So I
Okay.
saw like they always run a slideshow on a big TV, so it automatically shows the all server status and for a few seconds, and then comes another slide.
Yes.
So this slideshow actually I want to implement.
Okay. Sure. So it is doable in Zabbix. Then we have drill down reports as well. So for example, if you have maps, okay, so we can create multiple sub maps for it. So you will be able to know what is the exactly the issue. So I will also help you in creating such dashboards in which you are able to
Mm-hmm.
drill it down and get the entire information. Then notification is there, so you know we can notify the users on basis of email as well.
Mm-hmm. That I understand.
So SMTP server will be required and an email ID will be required.
Mm-hmm.
So accordingly, we can create users. So if you have a VMware team with you, so the VMware alerts will be sent to the VMware only. If you have a network team, the it will be
So I can make it
no,
categorized, right? I can make a category
yeah,
like.
yes. Then auto discovery is also there. So we just need to mention the subnet and it will discover the entire subnet, and whichever device is up, it will uh, show us the entire
Yeah,
list.
that is my first priority because I don't like to like add one by one.
Okay. No issues. The auto discovery is also there. Then Zabbix also supports distributed monitoring. Okay. So distributed means that there will be a central monitoring server. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have multiple networks and you have n number of devices and you need to balance the load, so for that we have like proxy servers. Okay.
Like yeah, proxy server means like as a collector server.
Yeah, probes you can say. So we need to install probes, and you know the data will be sent to the probe first and then to the Zabbix server which is there. So if you have multiple networks,
Mm-hmm.
To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
so for that you can use these proxy servers at your premise.
Okay.
So this is dashboard in which I have used for explaining the data centers and all. So you can see on the hand side, this is data center 1 and right hand side data center 2. And in the center, this is the Zabbix server, which is there, okay, which is monitoring a set of devices directly, okay.
So which one
So
is the Zabbix server?
in which it is written Hawkeye server, na?
Okay,
That
so
is the Zabbix
the big
server. Yeah, yeah. And on the bottom, I have written Hawkeye proxy, and on the data center 2, I've written Hawkeye proxy. That is a Zabbix proxy.
okay.
Okay. So for a switch, we can do direct communication with the monitoring tool as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see the red line which is going downwards, there is a Zabbix proxy, and
Mm-hmm.
some routers and servers are connected to the proxy, and then it is connected to the server.
Yeah, I understand.
So it is a two-level architecture which is there. Even for a different data center, we don't need to install a Zabbix server over there. We just need to configure a Zabbix proxy,
Okay.
and then it will send data to the monitoring server which is present in data center 1. Okay.
Yep.
So there are few terminologies that needs to be understand first. So first of all, the term Zabbix server. So Zabbix server is the core part of the monitoring tool, and the Zabbix server will contains the dashboards and all. Zabbix proxy doesn't have any web GUI. The Zabbix
Okay.
server contains all the things.
Mm-hmm.
So it will stores the configuration, historical, and operational data. So entire monitoring and data storage is done on Zabbix server only. Then
Okay.
we have a Zabbix proxy. So what we call is that it collects the information on behalf of the Zabbix server.
Okay.
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 So on local level, the data is collected in a buffer, and then it is forwarded to the Zabbix server. Then we have the Zabbix agent. So Zabbix agent is the agent that will be installed on the machines which is there. Okay, and then it can send data to the Zabbix proxy or the Zabbix server.
Mm-hmm.
So we can choose that particular module whether the data needs to be sent to the proxy or server. So accordingly it can be done. Okay, then we
Mm-hmm.
have database storage. So database storage also, it is done, the data is gathered by Zabbix server only. But if you want that, for a particular time, if I want to store the data locally as well, I can store the data and it can be stored on Zabbix proxy as well. Okay, so one server is communicating to the Zabbix proxy, and proxy is communicating to server. So if there is a connection loss between the Zabbix proxy and Zabbix server, and the data is not sent to the server, then locally I can create a storage on Zabbix proxy, and for a particular time interval, it will be storing the information. And whenever the connectivity is resolved between proxy and server, then it will forward all the things to server.
Okay, that's cool.
Then we have the web interface. So web interface is the GUI of Zabbix.
Mhm.
So that will be accessible uh, whenever I'm using the Zabbix server IP. There is no GUI for a proxy or agent. So there will be a single GUI which will be installed on the Zabbix server only.
Okay, so what kind of database Javex use?
We will be using MySQL database.
Is embedded, right?
Yeah, yes. Then there is a next thing which is there. There are two terms, Zabbix active and passive. Okay. So what does passive means? If you see the snapshot which I have added for passive. So here, what if you have an agent? Okay, so the first request which is made, it is done by Zabbix server, okay, to the agent.
Mhm.
So the connection is built by the Zabbix server first. The request is sent by the Zabbix server first, okay, and then it will respond that it is asking for CPU load. Then it replies it the response has 0.87. Then again the Zabbix server is asking that what is the free space, and then it is giving a response that 30 GB is there. Okay, so passive means the server is requesting the agent and then the agent is sending back the data.
Mhm.
Then there is another term that is Zabbix active. So in Zabbix active, as you can see the bottom image, so in this case, the agent will actively send data to the server without any request from the server. Okay, so the agent starts the communication first, not the Zabbix server. So the agent will send a particular list of checks which are required. Then the Zabbix server responds it that I want the CPU free disk space or any other parameter. Then the agent will reply to it. So the passive check is like bidirectional. We are requesting it and then it is sending the data. But for active checks, it is just forwarding the data to the server. So you can say active is a one-way communication. Okay.
So active is a one-way communication means like without if it is a asynless, that means it's just on Javex active.
Not exactly, but active is different. It will initiate the conversation with the server from itself. No request will be there.
Okay.
Okay, so these are some command line things that we'll be discussing uh, later on.
So is maximum
So
configuration is through command line or GUI mode?
the Zabbix configuration.
Yeah, so maximum
Just
configuration will be command based or GUI based.
uh, For installing this particular Zabbix application, it will be command line, but whenever it is entirely built and you have a GUI, so all configurations will be done on GUI only, not in the backend.
That's cool. Yeah, because I don't have that much experience on command line, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Just for installation, it will be command line. Then after that, you need to just use the GUI only.
Yeah, I install I download the ISO file and
Okay.
I build the Zabbix server machine through I just mount the ISO or as a one VM and it
Okay.
install automatically everything.
Okay. So the GUI is working as of now for you?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay.
But I didn't I wasn't able to configure the IP because it's get IP address dynamically. But my plan was to set static IP address, but I'm not able to. So I have to learn that part, like how I can configure the IP address.
Okay. So that I guess you need to do on when you are, deploying the ISO and all.
Yeah.
So that will be done on VMware only.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you'll be editing that VM, na, you
Yeah.
can then mention the IP.
On the VM console.
Yeah. Yes. So actually, this was, the basic introduction of Zabbix.
Mm-hmm.
So let's, conclude this session for today, and then we can, work on the implementations and the installation and other configurations one by one.
Please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.